Trendsetters, I don't know, we wouldn't say that, but we were really pioneers here in the six corners of Bucktown, Milwaukee, North and Damon Avenue. We were the first of our kind as far as a mid-priced bistro cafe.
We have traditional preparations, you know, it's rooted in classical techniques. We try to use as interesting ingredients, we try to use influences from around the world. They can sit down and watch and see their food being created. They can even walk right up and watch me. It's a show. And this is a performance art of sorts that you get to work your craft in the spotlight. Adds a lot of energy.
Expect an atmosphere that's warm and inviting, engaging. Also expect to find a good cocktail. A simple gin martini, classic martini, straight up, with an olive is probably one of my favorite drinks because it's a classical drink. Much ballyhooed.
All right, Martina, Cafe Absinthe has been going strong for quite some time. Tell us what keeps you going back.
Well, the great thing about Absinthe is it's from start to finish. From the time you get there, from the guy that parks your car to this fantastic bartender who he's a great human being, to the wait staff. They're very laid back about everything. It's not a large room. There's an open kitchen. It's my kind of place. It's a great location. So if you wanted to go out afterwards, there's a lot of options down on North Avenue or Milwaukee. It's fantastic.
Phil, what did you think?
I loved.
I know he's snickering over here.
I loved Absinthe. Absinthe. I'd never been there. I didn't go there with my lovely wife Martina, but it was phenomenal. I took a friend of mine there, and we had an amazing meal. The wait staff was very knowledgeable. We ordered foie gras, and my friend didn't know what it was. And I said, well, let's ask her to tell you. And so she explained it all to him. It was perfect. The people that brought the food wasn't necessarily our waitress, and we would ask them, well, what is this? And so
I know, but you never had been here before.
No,
so.
you know, I like to sit at the bar. I was a bartender, and I pretty much think the bartenders there, and Clarence is great. He's very thorough about what he does. And
he's pleasant.
He set me up at the bar. It was like I didn't want to go there and sit at a table by myself. I thought it was kind of odd. I'm more of a bar guy.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And when I sat there, and I was asking him questions about different things. And see, I grew up in that neighborhood. I couldn't consider myself old Bucktown.
Right.
You know, you guys are now new Bucktown.
Right.
The newer people that come in there.
Don't hold that against us.
Right. No, I'm not saying. It's just that everyone moves on and things like that. You know what I mean? And I was there when the place was actually a hole in the wall. They come in there and they brought it's like an artistic work in there. They're painting the walls. They just gutted the whole place.
It's an outstanding date place.
Really?
Yeah,
Outstanding.
that would be a great place. I might even consider taking my wife there. It's a great. It's the food is excellent.
Would I be your date?
I don't know. Are you paying?
No.
So how would you guys describe the atmosphere of that place?
The best thing about this place is that the music changes as the night goes on.
We do that in restaurants. You kind of start the pace a little slower, and then you get a little more.
When I used to go there before I met my lovely husband, on dates.
Ooh.
And the great thing is that they have a vibe that they get going from the time you get there. By the time you leave, it's changed, and the mood of the whole place changes.
The lighting changes.
And the lighting
sound changes.
So that is a great place.
No.
I mean, when you go out to dinner, you're not just going to eat, you know, my little chicken with my potatoes. You're going to have an experience.
Tell us what you ate.
Well, I got there and I had the mushroom strudel, which was pretty good.
It looked good.
And then I went from there. I had the mixed greens, and that was excellent too. And had a vinaigrette on top. And then, you know, being a meat eater, I went with the sirloin on a bed of chili with some string beans around
That's
it.
what I had.
And that was excellent.
It was really good.
And myself, you know, I think he was kind of cringing in his stomach when he seen me. You know, I wasn't eating with my fork in my left hand. I'm eating like this, putting it down, eating like
But you know,
typical.
Those kind of rules are out the window now. I mean, I
Right.
think
Which,
anything
let me
goes.
tell you something. The thing that's great about absinthe is no one gives a crap about how you're eating or what you're eating or anything. That's what makes it a great place, because it's not stuffy, and it's not, you know, everybody's looking at each other making sure that you're all using the right cutlery. No one cares.
Yeah.
And and I had the same thing you did, and it was a great thing.
All right, Phil, when you were there with your friend having dinner and you looked at the menu, do you look at that menu and say, gosh, it's like really innovative food, or is it something that you've seen before?
I loved the menu because there was a lot of things on there. I knew my friend didn't know what foie gras was. I love foie gras, and I wanted to eat that. And we had some mussels. I think they were in a cognac cream sauce that were very good too. I think it's got a little bit of a French twist to it. You know, you've got the pernod on the wall, but the food was excellent. I had lamb chops, and I eat a lot of lamb chops, and they were phenomenal. The thing I hate when people give me lamb chops is when they overcook them, and they were cooked perfectly. And they had this little absinthe sauce on the outside of the plate. It was kind of sweet. It was almost like sugary, but it was phenomenal.
Do you know
with
what
the
absinthe
couscous.
is?
Yes, it's made out of the wormwood, and it's what makes people crazy.
It's made from the wormwood leaves,
Yeah.
because vermouth.
It's hallucinogenic.
10,001.
Vermouth is made
Yeah.
from the wormwood berries.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
All right, but anyway, Martina, this is your little pick that you were keeping from your husband, so let's sum it up.
It's great for everybody, and it is a great date place. Great date place.
All right, and Butch, for you?
I think if you want to go a special occasion, or if you can afford it and things like that, it's a good place for you. They do everything absolutely right. They're very creative in what they do, and I'd recommend it to people for special occasions and if you can afford it.
Sure.
And Phil?
The food was excellent. The people are nice, very unpretentious. Did I use the word right?
Yes.
It's good. It's good.
All right, well, it looks like you can go find Clarence at Cafe Absinthe at 1954 North Avenue, 773-278-4488. They're open from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 5 to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 5:30 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without the drinks is about $40.